We have here on the Cebu Action Plan, we heard you, and we said you were saying that there should be continuity and consolidation of efforts. Time frame should also be considered. Measurability of impact, we would have to do that, probably include that in the when we draft and finalize and firm up the cap. It has to be targeted, and we have to consider the non-binding nature of initiatives under APEC. It has to remain a living document to make way for the future host countries. We have to consider the different levels of economic development of member countries. Some other major observations. Placing infrastructure development and financing as a major item, and including PPP, the PPP agenda. So we also heard you when you say that probably we need to delete some initiatives due to lack of interest, probably the lack of competence of the ministries to handle these initiatives, also due to duplication. So these are the following initiatives that probably we would have to delete. Here, starting with rebuilding resilient infrastructure, the forums and dialogues to be conducted on public finance and fiscal policy, tax planning, sustainable fiscal expenditure financing, tax and crime, and finally, public debt management. We also took note that we need to set as long-term aspirational goals the FSL and CAL, tax matters concerning EOI, AEOI, BEPS. Someone actually recommended that probably APEC could acknowledge this and that we could endorse this to the current ongoing work in other international fora. Also heard you say that we need to propose we also receive additional initiatives and new ideas. This would include financial literacy, financial institutional bureau, reduction of remittance costs, financial infrastructure development, urban development, and long-term investment. So if we were to consider all the comments that we have received and revise the Cebu Action Plan, so it would look like this. Under the Cebu Action Plan, we will now have 4 action programs. So you have the 3, promoting financial integration, advocating financial transparency, enhancing financial resiliency, and we add the 4th pillar, infrastructure development and financing. Here, as recommended by some of the member economies, under promoting financial integration, we split it into 2. We have under the national level, financial inclusions and literacy, to cover and include financial institution bureau and remittance cost reduction as proposed by Mexico and US. We also maintain the rest, like Credit Information Bureau, movable collateral registry, microinsurance, and the other subcategory that is capital markets development. For the regional level, we included here, the new ideas is actually the financial services liberalization, capital account liberalization, regional financial infrastructure. We will consider this as long-term initiative.
We would like to solicit comments from the floor. Anybody would push the button and comment on what has been presented a while ago. We would like to recognize Mexico.
Just to let you know that I think, sort of reacting to some of the discussion yesterday, we do agree with the emphasis on continuity. The work on the PPPs, I think, illustrates the benefit of continuity. It started, at least it started with Indonesia, maybe even before, continued with China, and now continues here. And I think it's a very good example of how continuity can be an effective way to approach this. Now, some have noted perhaps there is a need. I think within a specific headline, you can still have a complete focus and add to the processes and the discussions, international implementation of practical experiences, sharing of experiences, including the compendium compiled by China last year, which policies, including international tax issues. Secondly, thirdly, on disaster risk, it's not a sort of major theme for them, but we do have two facilities that you probably want to keep in mind, which I mentioned yesterday. And this is the rapid financing instrument and the rapid credit facility, which are available, including. One thing I didn't mention is that it came up on the discussion is that we have done quite a bit of work on energy. Happy to help. As you know, the APEC working dialogue is coordinated by our regional office for Asia Pacific in Tokyo. But of course, also now you have the research representative here in the Philippines today, who is very involved in this. So I think it's a practical level.
Thanks to the IMF for your support. Next.
Thank you, Chair. Just 2 points. Well, the first point is I think this is an excellent program. From our perspective, the private sector, we probably cannot contribute much to the discussions on fiscal policy and tax issues. But the rest of the program, I think we have also been doing a lot of work, and we think we can really bring in the private other groups. Infrastructure, PPP has been there for a long time. Long-term investment in infrastructure. I think we really had very strong discussions of this during the Indonesia year and then during the China year. Financial inclusion, since 2010, we actually have had a lot of discussions and a lot of statements from the finance ministers, and also our financial inclusion forum was actually focused on a lot of issues regarding how do we expand access to finance for low-income households in rural areas. And then there are 3 that we haven't been able to review last year, but for this year we're going to review Vietnam, Mexico, and PNG. So I think that covers a lot of the economies. And then DRF and microinsurance, we also had a lot of discussions last year. So I think we should try not to repeat the discussions that we've had, but I think it would be a good opportunity to move forward. So actually is to look at what have been accomplished so far in financial inclusion, and what are the next generation issues that need to be addressed. So we hope that that will contribute to what the finance ministers will discuss in the.
Thank you, Eva. Now let's recognize OECD.
Thank you, Chairman. OECD wishes to approach these religious issues from the perspective of the migrants and their families. And I wonder whether Chair is considering to tackle these issues within this perspective, not limited but including this perspective. Thus, our vision really makes us all rich member economy as well as the international organization more proactive to contribute to the progress of the single entity. There might be some jigsaw in this, and this is finance process. And although Asia Pacific finance process is more critical for, so I believe that we have lots of rules and ideas and intellectual contribution for the third goals by sharing ideas and hearing from the ideas around the table yesterday, and many pointed out that this suggestion plan is really good, but can share our ideas, and then through which we can gain our global recognition and support as well. And we're looking for us to synergize and optimize the synergy with the global forum. Thank you for your attention.
And we think that's a much more effective approach, and we welcome that. And we also look forward to receiving documentation related to work.
Thanks to Australia for those comments.
Action plan. I think right now our Australia said that a lot of concerns and implication and also some has already been addressed. I just made some couple of points about liberalization and capital account liberalization with the regional financial infrastructure building or institutional building, something like that. Maybe this can be a pragmatic way to find for some a lot of countries. Because, actually, a lot of PPP project is carried out during the process of urbanization. So this is a very important direction and useful direction that we can explore and how to work to be done before we really understand the PPP and its practice. And so I think that it seems that it could be a long-term target for that. And we also very much agree that private sector's participation will be a very important efforts.
Okay, well, oh my goodness. We'd like to recognize World Bank.
First of all, like other economies, I like to appreciate very much the hard work by the finance officials overnight to give a better shape on the draft agenda of the action plan.
Initiative, as my colleague mentioned yesterday, trade finance, supply chain finance, SME finance, disaster risk management, as well as our research on macroeconomic outlook and management as we did in the past. So again, we'd like to thank DOF for inviting ADB to this important meeting, and we look forward to working with APEC members, DOF.
Issues. We think that maybe in the coming 5 or 10 years, a challenge facing our regional economies, especially some emerging economy, is how to overcome the middle income trap. We think that the fiscal policy
into the system. I also wanted to support the comments by China in the sense that capital liberalization can be taken with specific objectives, perhaps a pilot program on areas in which there is broad agreement, and go from there to try to explore studying how we can move towards greater liberalization in areas that are common interest, and then perhaps that brings in interest to move even forward even more deeply in wider aspects of liberalization. Thank you.
Identified to be of interest to our countries. Perhaps we will also be consulting with all of you online on future activities. We will be sending out information on the other things that we are planning to do. And if you have any comments on things that are still not put together, of course, we are open to all your suggestions.
It's too early.
in as much as we finished early, can we perhaps go for a coffee break? A while ago, we thought that we will have a half-day full working discussion, but it appears that we agreed too fast. And we can have coffee and enjoy it. Thank you.
Sorry, just a quick reminder for those who are leaving the Philippines today or tomorrow. Those requesting airport transfers for either the Clark Airport or the Ninoy Aquino International Airport in Manila, please go downstairs at the desk, registration desk, to verify your pickup schedule. We have been advised that you have to be picked up, or at least the period for your travel should be 2 hours before the flight if you're in Clark, and 6 hours before your flight if you're leaving from Manila. So please go downstairs if you have airport transfers so that you can confirm the schedule, because we will be lumping you into certain groups. Thank you. Yeah.
We will resume. First of all, we would like to thank all of you for your active participation in the discussions yesterday and earlier today on many of the issues that we will take up during the year. And we are also very thankful to our international institutions for their words of collaborative support for many of these activities that we are going to undertake. This early, we have identified, and we will invite you to attend 2 seminars back-to-back with the deputies meeting in Tagaytay. These are the financial inclusion seminar or workshop on 3 to 4 March to be held in Tagaytay. And then there's another APEC PPP Experts Advisory Panel meeting on March 4, also in Tagaytay. We are developing other activities for the rest of the year to support the other pillars that we have identified, which preferably we will conduct these seminars and workshops back-to-back with the meeting of the deputies, and later on perhaps of finance ministers. Open Data Initiative to support Pillar 2, we are going to conduct one, perhaps in June, perhaps. Another one is disaster risk financing, which is of interest to many of us, to support Pillar 3. And then another infrastructure development and financing for Pillar 4, in support of Pillar 4. The other deliverables will have to be fleshed out in the next few weeks, and we will be consulting with you. We will be calling you for more details, or perhaps if you have in mind exciting experiences which we can share with the rest of the community, then perhaps you can perhaps suggest some resource persons to participate in furthering some of these activities. We will also continue to knock on the doors of our development partners, bilaterals and multilaterals. Perhaps you could help us identify resource persons and participants who could push forward our agenda for this year. With that, we would like you. Oh yes, we should not forget the need to strengthen Pillar 3 on financial transparency, as suggested by our previous chair. We would like to get some proposals on how to strengthen this and on the necessary activities in preparation for a longer-term objective, which is, of course, actually this is the most difficult item in our agenda, the FSL and the CAL. Perhaps we can get, we can have some stepping stones already in place for a longer-term goal. With that, we will look forward to working with you for this year. The meetings have started so early. It's the first month of the year, and we have identified our priorities and our goals. We will put together the details and send them out to you as soon as we finalize them. Expect some emails from us, and if we still need some additional information on some of those that you presented and proposed in this meeting, we will be calling you. We will be sending out emails to you. Again, thank you very much, and we will look forward to a fruitful year, APEC year ahead. Thank you. Any house announcements? No more?
Just for the lunch, I can reiterate.
What? Okay. Thank you very much. The meeting is adjourned.
We too, but we have to in person and go back to work and then leave at 8, 9.
Oh, I see.